last time too.
Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Who are you again?
I'm your old pal Jimothy Redvine. You used to call me Jim though.
Really?
Yeah, we used to have a little show together.
Oh, yeah, that's
we
right.
had multiple shows. We had a cooking show.
Yeah.
Where we made muffins, but we also had a basketball podcast.
Did we?
Yeah, which was equally as popular as our muffin making podcast was.
Wow, I was in there. Who was I?
You were Shotgun Sam.
Shotgun Sam.
I think that's.
I've
the
never been
name.
called that.
You never been called Shotgun Sam? Well,
No.
it had to be firearm related, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Maybe Bullet Bill.
Was it Bullet Bill?
No, what was it?
It's
It's some alliteration.
It was,
So,
and also kind of had to do with a former player in the game of basketball, maybe.
My name is Pete or Peter. I mean, I don't. Maybe Peter Pistol.
Was that it?
Some.
What?
Or should we flip that?
Pistol Peter? Kind of. That's
Pistol
closer.
Peter.
That's closer.
Pistol Patrick. No.
I don't think it was Pistol Patrick.
Pistol Pete. That's what. That's what I was called. Pistol Pete.
You know what? It took us longer to figure that out than I thought.
Yeah. Well. That's what happens when you.
It's been that long.
Yeah, you go through March Madness.
Whoopsies. What a wild ride it was. It was madness. That's exactly what it is in March.
Mm-hmm.
It's chaotic.
Don't they have that tournament in?
Yeah, in March, all the people who will never play basketball again in their life, about 90% of them, they get together and
they just have a little shindig.
Shindig, yeah.
Huh.
64 teams.
I thought it was 68.
Huh. Maybe.
Well, I mean, they have that play-in game. I agree, though. It should just be 64.
Yeah, I think they just like viewership. One extra day of viewership.
Yeah,
hurt.
A little extra money in the pocket. Get something nice for the walking
Some
kids.
of the schools, who cares? You got Prairieville, A&M,
Abilene Christian or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I just so happened to fill out a bracket for that tournament.
Did you?
I don't know how many people actually do that, but
over 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I somewhere around that number.
I filled out a bracket as well.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Jimothy.
It wasn't what the kids say good.
Oh, well then.
It was actually kind of what the kids say, bad.
Well, I heard Warren Buffett actually, gives away billions of dollars to get it right. So you didn't get it right. You didn't get it.
I asked him, hey, can I get one more chance? And he said, who are you? How'd you get my number? So I don't think I'm getting another chance.
Well then.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's all right. Still a nice guy. Maybe next year.
Yeah. There's always, I guess. Well, no, there isn't always next year. You never know what's going to happen. There's always the previous years.
Yeah.
But next year is a possibility. We'll say that.
Yeah, and I mean, you've heard the chances of getting winning March Madness
a perfect bracket.
It's astronomical.
It's pretty staggering.
It is. It is a 1 in 2.4 trillion chance.
I mean, cue the Jim Carrey gif.
And I read somewhere online that humans only perceive up to a 1 in 10,000 chance. So we are not able to perceive.
We can't even fathom
how small of a chance it is to have a perfect bracket.
Well, just to get it out there, the elephant in the room. I didn't get a perfect bracket either.
What?
Nope.
I thought out of everybody you would.
No, I'm sadly. I mean, I know, I get it. Hey, people call me Pistol Pete. I should know something about college basketball, especially. But I don't watch college basketball as much as I do NBA. But I give it my best college try. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't good enough.
You know what? But you're a college man.
Well, I was.
You were a college
but I'm coming back for more.
Yeah, you missed it so much.
I couldn't help myself.
You had it. So I got some interesting stats here though for a perfect bracket. It says your odds of being hit by lightning twice is 1 in 9 million. So there's a better chance of you getting struck by lightning twice.
Wow.
But not only that, but dying of a shark attack. I mean, that's 1 in 3.7 million. So
it could happen.
There are more there are more crazy things that can happen than getting a perfect bracket, which is kind of absurd.
Well, I mean, you could do all of them, and be a very lucky person, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, anyway, welcome to episode 7 now or 6?
Something.
Episode
not
6
10
or 7?
Yet. I don't think.
No,
so.
it's definitely not 10. I believe it's episode 6 of The Six Men. Well,
That's
then,
it.
look at that.
That was our name, the Six Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because we come off the bench and light it up.
We're currently in the Redwood Forest in California.
Yeah.
Right now.
Never been here before.
So last time we were in my penthouse. Remember that?
What was that, Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
Chicago
The Big
penthouse.
Apple.
Oh, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can do it there, you can do it anywhere.
City of brotherly love.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. But
Sunshine State.
we decided to, go out, go hiking, go looking at the trees. They got lots of big ones here.
Yeah.
And talk
huge.
basketball.
Yeah. I mean, we're here anyway. Might as well.
Right. Exactly.
Get out of the way.
Now that I think about it, we probably should have been in Minnesota because tonight is
It is.
the championship of March Madness.
Yes. It is April 8th. Is it April 8th?
It is.
April 8th,
It
2019.
is, yes.
And then tonight it is Texas Tech versus Virginia.
Ooh.
Who would have guessed it?
Didn't expect either of those teams to make the Final Four, honestly.
It's something new.
But, yeah, I like something new.
Yeah.
I do.
Some people like it, some people don't. Yeah, I like it,
Duke
personally.
fans don't like it.
No, they don't. That was most people's pick.
I think most fans who made it to, like, the Elite Eight don't like it because they
Mhm.
knew they had a chance.
Yeah.
But I think everyone, like, Sweet 16 or just, like, we kind of expected it not to get to this point.
Right.
So I'm not really too upset.
About what, Duke?
Yeah, just, like, not their team not making.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I guess some people are upset that Duke didn't make it because their brackets got creams.
Yeah, I mean, I chose Duke and UNC like most people.
Yeah.
I thought, the Zion King would do something. I was a Zionist.
I like
I'm
that.
joking. I'm joking.
That's a
It's
funny
a,
one. That's
it's
funny.
it's a fun bracket name.
That's a
Okay,
good
let's
one.
not get carried away.
That's a good one. I mean, I get to say though
Go ahead.
that I watched his final college game.
You were there?
Well, on TV.
Oh well. Okay.
I
I think a
thought-
lot of people could say that.
Can you say that?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I guess you can't say that then. Oh.
Well,
So maybe not as many people can say that as you thought could say that.
you got me.
You do. I do.
I mean, 50% of us have seen it. I guess you could say.
Yeah. Still though.
Yeah. Well, he's off to NBA. We'll get to that more later on.
You don't
But
think he's gonna stay an extra year at Duke because he liked it so much?
you know what they say is money, 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 money.
That's right.
Money.
You can get paid more in
Yeah.
the pros.
I mean, yeah, they might give him something under the rug in
Probably some
college.
Pizza Hut coupons.
Yeah, some quote unquote strong ass offer. Whoopsies.
Maybe some like arcade tickets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple of gratuities.
Maybe a car.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ah,
Speaking of which,
yes.
we are in LSU, so
We are.
should we talk about I Will Wait for You?
I'm just sick of it.
Mm.
I think I'm just sick of the whole thing. It's kind of.
What do you think of it?
I think it's kind of just a hard situation
Mm.
because I just hate how everyone handled it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna say Will Wade's the good guy here, but
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say LSU Athletics is the good guy here
Mm-hmm.
because it seems to me.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, you got people who will stand by that Will Wade did nothing wrong,
Mm.
but I think you got to look at it from a business standpoint. You kind of got, he refused to talk to LSU at all,
Mm.
about his lawyers, which I understand. I
Sure.
get that, but like, if your employer refuses to, your employee refuses to
Mhm.
talk to you, it's kind of like, at some point, that's kind of not following
Right. You're-
guidance stuff. So it's like, I'm not surprised they did it. Would I like them to still coach? Yes, but
Mhm. You're stuck in between a hard and a rock place.
yeah,
As they would say.
a rock place. That's exactly
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree with you. I mean, I love Will Wade and what he's done with this team this year. You know,
Mhm.
I've actually watched a few games of LSU
Good
basketball.
stuff, huh?
Yeah. You know, I don't usually do that. They were pretty exciting.
They
Nas
were.
Reed,
Oh, Naj Reed is. He could be something big.
Mr. Days, he could go for days.
He could. Waters.
Yeah.
He's
wet.
He's wet.
Yeah,
He's a liquid.
water is wet.
That's true. And I think he just announced he's going pro.
Yeah.
So.
Big B Alexander.
Yeah.
Is it Big B? Yeah, it was Big B.
Big B Williams.
Big B Williams, sorry, excuse me. I don't know where Alexander came from. But no, they were a cool team this year, and honestly, Sweet 16 was
with no coach.
That was about pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Will Wade, they could have gone as far as
that. Yeah, go ahead.
With Will Wade, I could see them beating Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
That Michigan State game, Michigan was just hitting everything. They
were hot.
That was their best game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just. I don't think they could have beaten any team with that performance.
They were beating them to the loose balls too. Like the energy was unreal.
So I don't think LSU played bad. I just think Michigan just played their best basketball possible.
Right.
It's just like when a team does that, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. I agree with you. I think that's where I was trying to say, like, having a great coach like I think Will Wade is or can be was going to pay off, like in those big situations. And they could have probably pushed it a little bit more, but I think Sweet 16 is about pretty much what most people expected.
Yeah.
And are even over expected with, interim coach at the time.
I think people were kind of, hoping we could at least pull one off of Michigan State. But I think if we got to Duke, I think
most people thought, that was about the end of the line.
That was probably. I mean, we beat them pretty single-handedly when they came to Baton Rouge. Like, I'm talking about Auburn, like a different team. And they destroyed everybody in their path. So you're kind of wondering, like, was it the coach that did it for us, or?
I mean, Will Wade definitely sparked a big fire this year, in LSU basketball. So, I hope everything's cleared and he's a great coach, and we would love to have him back. But
I would love to have him back. But
we got to get this whole situation mixed up. I mean, I'm not a fan of Mr. You-know-who.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sick of everything. I'm just sick of the whole.
Right. You want to be done with it.
I just want to be done with it. I want a decision to be made, and I want to go forward.
Right. Clean your hands of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of, I don't know. You'll find people who will say, no name did nothing wrong. You got people who say, well, Wade did nothing wrong, and he should coach. And it's just kind of like.
Everyone is a little at fault here, and everyone's
a little at fault.
Has some reasons here and there.
And then it goes into the whole conversation: should athletes get paid? Just to get rid of all this mess? Because let's be real, everyone in the Elite Eight is probably paying.
Probably. I mean, everyone's doing it, but it's just who gets caught, I guess.
Exactly. And you've noticed that no other head coach has come out to make any comments because they're afraid of anything coming after them.
Yeah. It's all bullshit crap. What?
What?
I went there.
But, nah.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. Our season's over anyway.
It was a good season.
It was a great season.
Yeah.
Like,
lots of fun basketball.
Teams were scared of us. Like, everyone was saying, like, this is... Like, Charles Barkley said, we had the most talent on our team.
It's sick. It was sick.
I think I could agree with that. I think, like, each player, like, individually... Like,
yeah.
I just, like... Duke was the better team because Zion was just, like, so out of this world. And all
He's
that.
a beast.
But, like, each individual player, I could see LSU being up there.
Toe to toe, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, all these guys are going declaring primary draft now.
Yeah.
We don't know, if they're going to eventually become great, but they have that potential.
I could see Naz Reid.
Naz Reid is an athletic beast. Now, is he going to, refine his skills a little bit more? Hopefully, because he's athletic.
He kind of reminds me of a Patrick Ewing type of player.
Well, then.
Patrick Ewing. Well, like, if I had to compare him to someone, but he has a shot. That's what I don't. It's kind of hard to, like.
It's not a natural shot. It's kind of a. It's not as smooth. It could be smoother.
Yeah, but he was still, like.
He was knocking them down
He knocked down clutch 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude is 6'11",
yeah.
6'10", like, woo, Latin.
He's a beast.
But, like, you want to. I don't know. I would love to compare him to Dirk, but he has nowhere near Dirk's shot. But he doesn't have anywhere near Dirk's shot. Like, I'm comparing him to height and all that. And he can make shots. For someone that high, like, tall, to make shots.
I see him as right now, a bigger Kenneth Faried. at the moment.
Yeah.
What he is right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. I'm just going off style of play
Sure.
in a sense. Because I'm not. He's nowhere near what Patrick Ewing was.
No.
And I don't want anyone to think.
Whoa, Jimmy.
I don't want anyone to think that I was making that comparison.
Tread lightly.
Well, of course he's not as good as
No,
Patrick Ewing.
I'm just messing with you.
You messed with me.
You know, I wouldn't go so far as say LSU's a basketball school yet. Now I've heard some
No.
friends say that, and it makes me giggle, but you know,
It's probably out of just haha.
right? They're just kind of trolling and whatnot. But
We gotta make. I think we have to make the tournament next year to be considered a basketball.
The
school.
future is bright. If Will Wade's situation is
Right.
cleared and everything, the
And
future
if-
is bright.
I don't know. It's kind of like if you don't make the tournament like every year, are you a basketball school?
Probably not.
Yeah, because you got people like Kentucky who's just like it's not even a thought in their mind.
Yeah.
Missing the tournament.
Right.
You know.
No, I get that. So, what about that Auburn game?
Ooh, which one?
That Auburn, Virginia.
Oh man. Woo, that's what March Madness is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is what
It makes you
it was.
pull your hair out.
It really did. I was kind of going in as a neutral, but I'll be real. I kind of wanted Auburn to win it because SEC bias, I would say.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And they just didn't pull it off. I mean, people are going to talk about that double dribble call
Yeah.
that wasn't called, but at the same time, you know, it's just so. I'm never the guy who would blame an entire game off of one call.
Right.
You know.
We've talked about this with the Saints and
Yeah,
then
and-
other games.
And even the coach
Yeah.
of Auburn said today, like, stop crying about that one
Yeah.
call. And it's like, yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's
you
kinda-
can't change it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, was it a bad call?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Or
Maybe-
hard call. It was a hard call.
maybe you should have made some more shots earlier in the game.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't think you can find one NCAA game where every single call is correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's part of the game, unfortunately.
It
We
is.
want them to be good, but it's just part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Virginia, that's a good team. Those clutch three free throws. at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end.
I mean, I've seen it where in that situation, the exact situation, a guy missed all three of them. So
Yeah. Was it Duke who missed that free throw that kind of cost him the game?
yeah, Duke had some really, really close games.
Yeah, I think
who was it?
UCF was really
UCF was one, and then the next one I
close.
watched.
Virginia Tech was.
Yeah, he
they
missed
won
that
by
layup
2.
to tie it. My
Yeah.
goodness.
And then they lose by 1 to Michigan State. And I think they had free throws to tie it.
Yeah.
The guy missed the first one. It's just like, I don't know. You gotta be clutch in those situations.
Yeah, well, I guess their luck ran out.
Yeah, but Michigan State, man,
You had a
I
feeling?
would love them to win it all. I don't know where Texas Tech came from. Like, that team plays, man.
He's out of the blue a little bit. Yeah,
But they beat Michigan State by 10, so they're the real deal. Like,
yeah,
that's-
it should be a fun game
but
tonight.
Michigan State also wasn't hitting nearly what they were hitting
Yeah,
compared to Duke. Like, LSU, man, you know, it was painful every time they had an open look.
yeah,
from
you
three,
knew
'cause
they were knocking
You
it
knew
in.
they were going to knock it down. And
Okay,
so,
who was in your Final Four, and then we'll make a prediction about
My
the
Final Four?
championship.
oh shoot. So my thing is that I love making brackets. Like
Right.
I made probably around 30 brackets this year,
Mm.
just because it's so much fun trying to think of all the hypothetical situations. Some did better than others, but I think once Duke and UNC and all that, you know, that didn't go well. So I think the one that
Enjoyed the most, or whatever, or your favorite.
I'll be real, the one I sent off thinking it was going to be my best bracket, you know,
Mm-hmm.
did absolutely terrible. So my Final Four was Duke, Michigan, Tennessee, and North Carolina.
No,
Yeah.
that was mine.
Really?
Yeah, that was mine. I had Duke and North Carolina going to it,
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a Duke Carolina
and Duke winning
championship.
by 1.
I thought Michigan was going to make it. I thought Tennessee was going to make it.
I was right there with you on that. I don't know. Obviously, I don't watch college basketball as much, but I felt like those are reasonable picks.
right.
And
So,
but I'll go against you. I'm more of a purist when it comes to brackets.
you're one and done.
I'm one and done.
I feel that. That's why I was kind of going off of the one that I sent around as like,
Right.
this one's going to be the good one.
Right.
Because I put like every different situation just so I can compete against myself and all that. Like I have a
Right.
whole group where I just put all my 30 brackets into. Just
do you pay little denominations?
Nah, I'm not about the money, but I'm not about that money. But I had one of Virginia going all the way. Of course, you kind of
really.
I did. So.
Well, I mean that's
30 brackets.
Yeah, so I mean it's not that impressive.
My most successful bracket right now. Let's see. Can't even remember who won it, but I have 960 points on ESPN. So that's
pretty good.
That's like 94 percentile. So
yeah, it's always tough those first few games to get it. I mean,
I got like man at one point like I had one bracket where I missed 4 of the first like round games. So like
it's decent.
That was pretty good. And then just downhill, man.
That's how it goes. So who do you think will
win it tonight?
Yeah. Give me a score too.
Oh man, I would love Texas Tech to win it. I think Virginia has it in them to pull it off.
Your heart says Texas Tech, your head says Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna probably go with Virginia. Nothing against Texas Tech. I want them to win. I think they have the skills to win. They're an insane defensive powerhouse. And
what do you think the score is? Low scoring?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see it going into the 70s.
Okay.
I'm probably seeing like a 62-58.
That's decent.
Virginia, yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll go against you on this one. I'll go Texas Tech.
Okay.
And let's go 1 point game.
Oh, I would love that.
63-62. Same thing as the Auburn Virginia game.
You think we're gonna have so was it 3 years ago with the game-winning shot?
The Villanova one?
Yeah,
that was 2 or 3 years ago. That was fun.
That was a fun game, man.
Yeah. You wish for games like that, especially for the championship. And the good thing is it was a tie game, so like it wasn't complete heartbreak on North Carolina's part.
Yeah.
It was a clutch play.
It's so hard, man. There's just so many teams.
And especially when you don't follow. Hell, even if you do follow it, it's hard.
Because the way it's just when you make your bracket, you're like, this is it. This is the best bracket.
Warren Buffett, come on down.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, well, after the first day, you're like, man, maybe because there's going to be upsets. You just got to figure out where. There's never going to be just a chalk bracket, which is higher seed win each time. That's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. But I was watching some YouTube video. You may have seen it about that kid like 2 years ago. He had the best bracket in the nation just by personal opinion, not by any other basis. He picked the upset for Virginia.
Oh, the 16th seed?
Because he liked golden retrievers. So he picked them. And then he's like, UCLA. He had another really good bracket years ago when Kentucky with Anthony Davis lost to UCLA. Yeah. Because he went to UCLA's campus and thought it was nice. So he picked them to win. Just like stuff like that. He has no basketball knowledge at all. But in a sense, that kind of helped him because you can't, basketball knowledge holds you back.
Freezes your brain a little bit.
Exactly. Because in your head, you're like, there's no way Duke is going to lose to Michigan State. Right. Duke's incredible, but
it's why they play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. I mean, and then you second guess yourself when you're like, I was just thinking of that. And then, Murray State was the one for me this year.
Really?
I was like, and then I forgot John Morant was playing for them. And then I was like, it was right there in my mind. I didn't do it, though.
I was really good at having, that one Cinderella team losing the second round. You're like, well, never mind. That affects a lot. Yeah. But those 7 seeds, those 10 seed games in the first round, man,
they're brutal to choose.
They're insane.
They're like,
You look at who they won and lost against too, and you're like, well, they beat Florida State, but they lost.
I could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. Definitely, everyone loves March Madness. I mean, kids play out of their mind. They're kids to me. I mean, I'm older than them. That's kind of crazy to think, but
going to the games.
You went to it.
I went to 4 games actually. So
really?
I went to the Jacksonville
LSU one,
games.
right?
Yeah, I saw Kentucky play Abilene Christian, and I saw Wofford play Seton Hall. Wofford, that guy broke. I was there when he broke the NCAA 3-point record. Yeah, so that was. They didn't make an announcement at all. It's just kind of on a little screen.
Like,
yeah. Hey, look at that.
Well then.
But the atmosphere is awesome. Like, they're playing the games right now in a football stadium.
I can't imagine
They
like
fill
how huge
football
that is.
It's going to be in the new Atlanta stadium
next
year.
Oh, next year. This year's in Minnesota, huh?
Yeah, where the Vikings play.
Yeah. That's
But,
incredible.
It's played in the Superdome before. It's just, like, mind-boggling.
You can't
'Cause
fill
they
it.
just put a court in the middle of it and then fill it up.
Jeez.
Well, if you think about it, because you have 4 teams, they're, like, fan bases all coming to this one stadium. You guys sell enough tickets for all those fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and whenever I was there in Jacksonville, there's just Kentucky fans everywhere, and like they're not even at a Kentucky game right now, and it's weird, man.
Jacksonville, Kentucky. That's a decent travel.
That is a decent travel, but I think for those teams, they have those dates blocked off like already. Like, all right, where are we gonna go?
Right.
'Cause they're gonna go wherever the team.
It's like LSU with football. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
you wish the basketball team was the same way. You can like, okay,
Right.
because that'd be fun. I'd like to go to that Final Four.
Oh, it's cool. I would love to go to Final Four at some point, just because it's such a. I
Right.
think March Madness is one of the greatest sporting events.
Oh yeah,
ever.
definitely. It's up there in like the Mount Rushmore of events for sports.
It really is. Like, of course, I think the Olympics is the number one. You'll never top the Olympics, but I'll put March Madness up
Right
in the
there.
top 3, top 4, just because it's like so many teams, and it's not about being the best; it's about surviving, which I think's an interesting.
It's the purest form of sport, I suppose you would say.
Exactly. Anyone can win. Anyone can lose.
Mm-hmm. It's the most democratic. Whoa.
It is. And it's just like, you know, I don't care about what your record is. You lost.
Right. You
Go
have to
home.
play well this game, or you're going home. It's heartbreaking, but you know.
It is heartbreaking. And then you got like teams who do so well, and like Loyola Chicago last year made it to the Final Four.
Oh.
They were like a 13 seed, 12 seed.
Yeah.
You know, everyone wanted to win it all, lost to the Final Four. And just like, sorry, like your story was great, but
On to the next.
yeah, on to the next game.
George Mason's always a famous one for me. When LSU got to the Final Four in 2006.
Oh yeah, that was that Duke game right before.
I was hyped. I remember that.
Was it Riddick on that team? JJ?
Yeah, J.J. Redick. Yeah, and what's his name? Garrett Temple shut him down, and you had Tyrese Thomas and Glenn Davis
Well, I think
carrying the load.
They said LSU wasn't a polished team, but their athleticism
Right.
was off the charts.
Dude, they were raw. I remember that.
They didn't really have that great of a shot, but they could chase down and guard anybody put in their way, which is
It was a fun season.
it was. What team did they lose to? They used to UCLA.
Yeah, they got stuffed in the middle basically. I remember that game too, and it was just they just couldn't. They don't really have as polished, like you said, outside shots, so they couldn't make any shots inside, so they were pretty much done for.
Like if you look at we've made it to the Final Four a good bit of times, more than some of the more basketball schools have.
Yeah, I mean we're not as consistent overall, but like we've had some runs where it's like really really fun to watch. Dale Brown obviously had 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
You know,
but some of them were Cinderella stories. Like we weren't. At one point, we were the lowest seed to make it to the Final Four. At some point.
Yeah. I mean, he had a hard-working squad, and then he had a squad that was expected to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
So Dale Brown, shout out Dale Brown, legend.
I was talking to someone. They said like in the the 80s, LSU was up there with Duke with most consecutive tournament appearances. So it's like just to have your name next to Duke in basketball and anything.
That's pretty impressive.
That is incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Like look at all these tournament appearances on my computer screen. That's a good bit.
Maybe LSU is a basketball school. No.
Maybe. I mean,
I won't go that far, but I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it to have a good basketball team every year. That'd be great.
I would love a good team in every sport. Every year.
Right. You want to achieve the best of the best.
But I think one thing I'll always say this, that LSU's like all-time 5 could probably beat any other school.
It's pretty sick.
All-time 5.
You know, Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete, myself.
So you got Chris Jackson, Muhammad Raouf at point, one of the greatest free throw shooters of all time. They said he's the original Steph Curry with some of his.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of his highlights. He definitely has some resemblance. Maybe not as great as Steph,
yeah,
but
exactly.
But there's some resemblance for sure.
Then you got Pete at shooting guard. Of course, we don't need to describe.
Yeah, myself. Y'all know me. Come on.
We got at small forward. We could probably put in Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have that modern flair.
Essentially. Yeah.
And then you got, if we're putting everyone in their prime, then you got Bob Pettit, who was the original greatest of all time. First player ever to 25,000 points.
BP.
First ever NBA All-Star. I think he's tied for most All-Star MVP awards. Like, he's
got some accolades.
He beat Bill Russell in the finals. Like, incredible stuff there.
St. Louis Hawks, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I know my history.
You do. And then finally, do we need to say it, but Shaquille O'Neal at center?
Yeah, no doubt. Big Daddy Shaq.
Man.
How can you deny him? Maybe it is April Fool's, so we could have put like what was his name? Storm Warren. It was
Andrew Delahousse, remember him?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
7'4" tuba player.
We've had some dudes. Stromile Swift.
I cheered for the guy, but he had no place on that court.
No, he was just there because he's tall.
I remember I saw an interview with him. He was like, "Yeah, I played at the UREC, and they were saying I was really good. I should try out for a team." Like, yeah, when you're going against a bunch of 5'8" guys, I bet you're pretty damn good.
Hey, you can't teach height.
You really can't.
Those are the bit of the dark days of LSU basketball.
They said it was like, I talked to some people in the student section. They said it was fun because you had no expectations going into any game.
Yeah.
And if they're down by 20, they'll just put in their bench players and you just cheer for them.
Yeah.
And that's fun for what it was, but geez, it's much more fun playing in a tournament.
Right, when you got an actual chance. Yeah.
And the PMAC, man. Whew.
It was rocking.
It was rocking this season.
Yeah. It's great to see that.
Then LSU fans decided to go to the game as a way to protest LSU. I don't understand how that works.
I don't get it either.
Because it was like they're upset that LSU suspended Will Wade, so what they do is pay LSU money to go to the game.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you're really showing
the powers that be. You gotta do something with it. A lot of fans are upset with it.
Yeah, but I don't know if paying LSU.
I know.
Is the best way.
I don't think they thought that one out too much. But
did you hear about the march they were gonna have?
Really?
They're gonna have a march for Will Wade, where they were gonna go from the apartments near Matherns and all that.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I saw that on TV.
Yeah, and I think 3 people showed up. There are more media people to film the march.
Well, yeah.
So maybe they're upset, but they don't necessarily care too much about it.
They're not as hardcore about it.
Yeah. So
it's just disappointing. Right when they got good, though.
Yeah, and it's just that I think that's a lot of people seeing conspiracy in a sense where it's kind of like, why all of a sudden?
Yeah,
they had this information on Will Wade for a long time.
And doesn't the FBI have bigger fish to fry or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one people they love bringing that up. Like, aren't there like terrorists to go after? I'm kind of in the middle. I'm just sick of it.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, I don't want to bore you too much with it anymore. No, it's been a great college basketball season for LSU, and it's been a fun ride in March Madness. Watching it,
absolutely.
Hopefully, it's a great game tonight.
I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn on my TV and I'm gonna watch it.
You're gonna give it a gander.
I don't think I can make it over to Minnesota in time though.
You can go right up the Mississippi River, no problem.
Maybe I can get on. I have to go upstream.
You could be like Huckleberry Finn, the reverse way. Or did they? They went up, didn't they?
No, I don't. I think they went down.
Oh,
was that Mark Twain?
Yeah, of course. I know Mark. Marky Mark.
Yeah, I don't. He was a steamboat, so I think he went down the Mississippi. So he probably wrote him going down as well.
Sure. Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I don't.
We're going crazy over here. So did you want to talk about the NBA season? We are more of an NBA podcast.
Right. I'm kind of just a basketball guy. I like basketball.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, that's what we had. You put March Madness into your Rushmore of events and sports. We definitely had to talk about it.
Exactly. I mean, you kind of have to. But now, let's look at the big boys, the big dogs.
Let's go back to our bread and butter, if you will.
So, I don't even really remember our predictions. I don't even know if they're holding up that well.
I mean, the ones I do remember, you said Giannis would be really taking off this year, and I have to give it to you. He really has.
Well, thank you. That's probably the only thing I got right.
Right. Well, in production, he's producing. That's the one thing. It's to me, his game evolves still, It still has a long way to go. He's still a raw piece of meat.
So the Bucks are currently leading the Eastern Conference with the record of 60-21 as of this episode.
Yep.
You know?
Right before the playoffs here.
Yeah.
I think
3 games ahead of the Raptors. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's solid. Solid production.
Yeah. No, I stand by my thing on the East side. The Bucks and Philadelphia are more talented, and even the Celtics, I feel, are more talented than the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors are solid, and they got some solid depth and role players. So it's gonna be fun to watch that. I think the Raptors are my best bet, and
really,
it's gonna be the Raptors Sixers, and I think they have a really good shot. Sixers have so much talent now with Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler, then obviously Simmons and Embiid.
I think the team that wants it the most is a throw between the Bucks and the 76ers.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones who'll be fighting the hardest. I just don't see the Raptors.
You don't see them?
I don't see them going all the way. I don't know. I want Kawhi to get another ring. I do. Because he was fun when he was on the Spurs. And I kind of wanted to go back there. But I think the 76ers, I think they're all so young and so hungry at the moment.
You're right. Yeah, and they got the talent now with even more talent. So I mean, it'll be fun to watch the East at least this year. It's something different for sure.
No, absolutely. I mean, the Celtics, are they gonna? Think they're gonna pull off?
They're so inconsistent this year, and they're so unbalanced with their talent. They have so much good top level players, but then they don't really have those role players to kind of balance the team out. So right now, I don't think they're going to do it. But speaking of, I wish they would. In the off season, we might have a podcast. Who knows? But might as well talk about it. That's definitely our favorite for the Anthony Davis trade. For at least for me.
I would rather the Celtics. I think, I don't know. It depends on how much Anthony Davis wants to go to LA. Because if he really, 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 really wants to go to LA.
He said every team except for the Pelicans basically is on his list.
Do you believe that?
Well, he said it out loud, so what am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
I
know in sports you can't really take.
Obviously, I know he wants to pretty much go to play with LeBron, but as Pelican fans, we're just not going to have that happen.
Yeah. I don't want him in LA. I mean, I would love to see him in Boston. I'd love to get what Boston can offer. I think it's probably the most fair trade.
Yeah, you get a young talent in Tatum who could, take off, and then
get
a bunch
of picks in there.
Yeah, and a bunch of other good Marcus Smart, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely our favorite going to the off season for the Pelicans, who had a disappointing season this year, obviously. Started off hot, then Davis thing happened, and then it's been a mess. But we've agreed that we love the team playing hard lately. Kendrick Williams, Julius Randle has been a dog. I'd love to see him back. Elfrid Payton, Drew Holiday for a little bit there was dogging out before he got out for the season.
Sad, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a bunch of young players that are working hard. Okafor, another one that, we're excited to see. Hopefully they can develop and, fill out our roster pretty well.
I agree. So, we'll see what comes from this offseason for the Pelicans. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of moving pieces for sure.
The next season is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if a run will be made, but it'll be interesting.
I don't really want them to tank too much. I mean, they already tanked this season, and they got enough pieces to kind of move around. I'm not thinking championship next year, but a competitive, shot for the playoffs would be realistic. I
want them to go back to the playoffs. Last time they were in the playoffs, they took on Portland.
Yeah, it was exciting. I loved that. Yeah. I wish they'd do it more consistently.
And I was hoping that we could at least take something from the Warriors, but again, it's the Warriors.
Right.
No one in their right mind is gonna.
We got a game, and maybe could have gone another, but that's fine. It's what it was.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And then you got at the bottom of the pack, you got the Bulls, the Cavs, and the Knicks.
Are we talking about this year's East? Yeah.
Yeah. The Tankers.
The Tankers. We agreed also that. You love to see Zion in New York, which I wouldn't mind at all. I'd love to see Zion and the Pelicans or whoever. New York would be fine with me. I think Atlanta is a great landing spot for him.
Yeah, I just don't see him getting them. Like I think that would be his best spot
in terms of production, where he can groom.
I think because we talked about Trae Young.
Yeah,
being there, make him more of a pass first.
They play fast, Yeah,
it's just a lot of young talent that can develop over there, and it'd be cool. But I think the Knicks. I think
that would be your number one.
That's probably my number one because I think I would love to see him play with some too. Max.
Possibly. I mean, who? Obviously Durant.
Right. People were talking Kyrie. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, if Anthony Davis goes to Boston, you would think Kyrie would want to
stay.
But I mean, that's just it's so complex right now. We don't know who wants to go where or whatnot until after the playoffs. Yeah, but other tanking teams, the Bulls. Yeah.
Poor guys.
It's pretty tight where East is the bottom of the East. I think. No, I'm talking about the bottom of the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Hornets made a little run right there, 1 game back. Pistons, man, the Pistons are kind of just.
The Hornets are 7-3 past 10 games.
Yeah, I mean Pistons are hanging on for dear life.
Blake Griffin puts up numbers though.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've seen their roster, and it's not very impressive outside their 3 big players there, Drummond and Reggie Jackson too. It's just, I don't know. Will they hang on? I mean, the Hornets are playing well. Kemba going, absolute Super Saiyan mode this year.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs.
It's gonna be a tough one. It's nice to see Orlando and Brooklyn make it.
Yeah, I mean Brooklyn's a team you just kind of like to see do well.
They've been playing hard the last 2 years, and to kind of see that pay off, that's nice. Orlando has been struggling since the Dwight Mayer. And it's good to see them come back and finally make the playoffs again. Steve Clifford.
They made it to the finals. When?
09. It's 10 years ago. Shoot.
Wow.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
Shoot, let's see. Dwight went to LA in 2012?
Yeah, 2012-ish, 2011.
Dang,
it
feels like forever
I know.
ago. That's when Nash was still there.
Goodness me. Where's time gone?
I don't know, man.
Okay, well that's the East. The West.
The Warriors are doing
really
good, huh?
Who would have thunk it?
I don't know, man. I put money on the Kings winning it all this year, so maybe.
Well,
maybe I might be losing some money.
Yeah, I mean they're not even making the playoffs, so. But hey, they surprised a lot of people. I'll give some shout outs to the Kings. They play some fun basketball this year. A lot of young talent. The Warriors are probably going to win the West. What can I say? I mean,
the whole thing.
Yeah, even the whole thing.
Yeah.
The Warriors.
No, are they? Probably.
Yeah.
That's everybody in the.
Let's be realistic here, Jimmy. Okay, let's be realistic.
I still don't know where the Nuggets came from.
I mean, they got Jokic and a bunch of good players around them.
True.
I mean, I just think they're so green in this moment that I think they might win a series, but once they get to the big boys.
Do you think it take on the Spurs or the Clippers or something like that?
I think they would want the Clippers or something like the Spurs to at least for that first round to just get that, try to get that first series win. That's so hard to get that mental and get yourself ready to win.
Yeah.
Basically. Mm-hmm.
Sure, but then you got the Rockets not really performing to what they were last year.
They're kind of. People are saying that they got more depth now over the season, but I don't know. They just seem like a lighter version of themselves,
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I just don't feel the same threat as I did last year.
No, I don't feel like this is a team that could bring, the Warriors to 7.
Right. I mean, I think they're going to be competitive, but, And then
I think they'll take a game from the Warriors and then call it.
Right.
I don't see them.
And the rest are about middle of the pack. Trailblazers, Jazz. Trailblazers, I saw Yusuf Nurkic basically break his leg. It was pretty.
Dude, I saw that. Yeah.
It was a pretty nasty sight.
That was a bad fall.
Dude, that's so bad for them, and they're playing so well, and now you're shot.
Seeing him just carted off.
It was tough to see.
Man.
Yeah, the Jazz, the Clippers. Shout out to the Clippers. Really good this year. No one thought they were gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, with who too? That's
right. Lou Williams and Patrick Beverly. They did really good to make the playoffs this year. Happy to see teams play hard and get paid off, just like Brooklyn.
Right.
So let's talk about the LA Lakers. It's going to be quite weird to see Mr. LeBron James out of the playoffs.
So this is the same LeBron who passed Jordan in points?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah, I saw that.
Huh.
Saw it live.
I saw, he was crying on the bench. Good achievement.
Hey, good for
But
you.
was he crying about the fact that the same season he passed Jordan's record, he won't be making it to the playoffs?
Yeah. I think he was crying a little bit about that. No.
No, we're kidding.
We're messing. Hey.
But it goes back to the Jordan conversation. Jordan would miss the playoffs at this point in his career.
Well, he kind of did with the Wizards, but
well, that was also Jordan on the Wizards wasn't supposed to be a ring team.
That's true. I was just.
But are the Lakers
just trolling on that?
Is he supposed to win a ring with the Lakers? I don't think this season. I think this season was not.
Definitely not. They definitely thought he was going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and I remember we were saying, "There's no way he's not making the playoffs."
Right. That was our big prediction.
It was. I think because we couldn't just imagine LeBron not making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So, because when last time he missed the playoffs, most of the league was in elementary school.
Right. That's so true. I mean, I was a big LeBron fan then.
Yeah.
And he missed the playoffs. I remember that. But he's taken a step back. Let's be honest here. He's definitely declined a little bit. And
he had playoff Braun a little bit earlier in the season, around January.
Yeah, I mean, he puts up good numbers, but it's just he just doesn't have the same ability, that same energy, when you're younger to play defense hard for 48 minutes. And, and he thinks he can just get all these great players to go around him. Not anymore, sir. Yeah, not anymore. So, as a Pelican fan, I'm loving it because he's tried to.
I don't mind it.
He's tried to get Davis over there, which I get it, but you can't just get your way all the time.
Which
he
expects.
Yeah. So, hey, if they keep the same team as they did last year, then I would be perfectly pleased with that.
But Jordan lovers, man, they are loving the Lakers.
Oh yeah, they're
playoffs.
loving it, and we'll get to that GOAT conversation. I think probably in the next one.
Man, that's my favorite conversation.
We'll get a buddy
time.
in here.
Yeah,
Mr. I don't know.
I don't know if we haven't confirmed yet if he can.
Yeah.
So we might need to.
We'll get him out here and we'll have a little nice debate about it.
Yeah, and see what he thinks. 'Cause he's probably neutral. He probably doesn't have any.
Yeah, he doesn't have a dog in the fight.
Exactly.
Any skin in the game.
And I'm kind of a more old school point of view.
I'm right there with you.
So,
so that's gonna be a fun conversation.
My old school is going 80s and earlier. So
yeah.
We'll see. But
we'll get in there and toss it around.
Yeah, but I'm also accepting of anyone being the GOAT, within reason.
Yeah.
But
sure.
I can't just say Jordan, no conversation. I'm not like that.
You're a reasonable man, Mr. Jimmy.
I'm a reasonable man,
So it's been a fun college basketball season, fun NBA season.
Yeah.
We might do a podcast about the playoffs. We might just throw that in there with the GOAT conversation next time. It's been I don't want to say we're wrapping up a first year here with the Six Men, but
I guess we kind of are.
In a sense, we are.
Unless we're becoming a baseball podcast.
Well, I mean, that would be a different name and a whole different thing,
I
Mr.
guess
Jimmy.
It would be like the Benchwarmers or
whatever. A home run, whatever.
That's how it be.
Yeah. But no, it's been a fun season. It's been fun doing this with you, Mr. Jimmy. Jimothy.
I'm reading this right here that Lonzo Ball is no longer part of Big Baller Brand. Is that true?
Yeah. He had some trouble with their good family friend. He kind of took some money from them, looks like, and it's not looking good. So
what the heck is Big Baller Brand, man?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
It's not a good situation for anyone, really.
not the NBA fans, not the players.
No, we're deprived of the Big Baller Brand.
That junior basketball league is falling apart. People weren't even getting paid, I heard.
Yeah, well, that's just how it goes.
That's how it be.
You talk a big game, gotta back it up.
Oh, well, on that note.
Yeah, well, Jimothy, it's been fun.
It has been fun.
We'll get to this next podcast episode. We'll probably just call this Season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1 of The Six Men.
Yeah. I agree.
You like that?
I do like that. Because,
that's six episodes, I think.
Well, I guess if we don't do playoffs,
that's true.
or is that gonna be our special where we don't have to like?
Well, like remember we started the season, we just recapped basically what happened the year before, so we could kind of do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I suppose this is it. You know, it's great things have to come to an end. We'll be back.
We will be back.
Don't.
I mean, I guess the playoff is still on the table. Technically, it's still on the table.
We'll just give you a little cliffhanger.
Yeah. Ooh, what's gonna happen? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't.
Well, not me either.
Well, I guess this is goodbye,
folks. It's been fun.
Farewell. Go. Don't go Texas Tech. Hopefully that doesn't get outdated.
Right.
By the release of this episode.
Red Raiders.
Yes.
Ride 'em Cavaliers.
Ride 'em. Well, aren't they the Cavaliers? They're going against the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So I guess everyone's kind of a Cowboy
rebel in a sense.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
I like the red ones the best.
Well, we're cheering for the Raiders, Red Raiders, and we'll
cheering for the Pels.
Pels.
If they can make a miraculous comeback for the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
That's why I said miraculous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So possible. But no, hopefully they turned around, and folks, it's been fun. We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
This has been the Six Men.
I'm Jim Redvine.
And this is Pistol Pete.
Toodaloo.
Bye now.